Live from the Counterpunch Media Studio in Columbus, Ohio, this is All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy, brought to you by IPMNation.com. Get ready for the gong heard round the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Good evening once again. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out for now what is the 417th episode of the #1 rated show here. There's going to be a few sprinkled here and there, but never a dead end. That is, unless you and I decide to ultimately tap out. But until then, our goal is to always put our heart's highest priority top of the list where it belongs. No excuses. Always calling on the true wit, wisdom, and wallop of your inner whisper. And it's a good thing, because we're going to need that inner whisper when it comes to the premise of to out-brutal the brutal, if you will. That is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal you on a daily basis, and once and for all, bring your own bold. But before we hit it this evening, a quick hello to my friends and those joining us from all over the globe. It's great to have you with us. I truly am fired up today to be driving your bandwagon, to be avidly you, your biggest fan, to be your virtual hitchhiker if you're out and about and on the go. We love going along for the ride, as we love riding shotgun. We always have. So what do you say? Here's your opportunity to mortal up, to crush your cant, and maybe a critic or two while you're here, to demand that your mind's eye and your true potential live wide open. So let's go kick in some doors. But before we do this evening, before we jump into the thread, I got to get this off my chest. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's all over everywhere, all over the web. They're busy. They want to be a brand. They want to be a brand. They want to be a brand. And I started thinking about it today. What if you're not a brand? What if you're a bandage? What if you're a personal prescription that's here simply to alleviate another's pain? To offer your story as a way to help someone heal their hurt and their heart and their head, where your rhetoric is their personal remedy, the very RX that they've been searching for. So with all this mashugana, brand this, brand that, be a brand, maybe we'd be served just to be a bandage from time to time. Maybe you and I could go, okay, I get the brand thing, but what if we're a Band-Aid? What if we do what we can to alleviate the pain of another? What if it's true that you have a story, and that story is the perfect prescription to alleviate someone else's pain? And I think what's happening in social media, it's going to happen very quickly. I think we're starting to see it already. Everyone's about themselves. Oh, it's me. Look at me. I'm a brand. And I think as more and more people begin to realize that you have an opportunity to be that bandage, to be that Band-Aid, that your story will help heal another's hurt, will help heal another's heart and another's head, that your story could very well give them permission to put their heart's highest priority top of the list. Then you got something to brag about. Then you got something to say, look, here's the good that I'm trying to do in my community, however large it is, social media or not social media, even in your local community. So as we hop into it this evening, I would think about it. It's absolutely true. You have all these great natural resources. It's absolutely true. And I forgot to start my clock. You have a unique greatness. We talk all the time about the fingerprints of providence. Well, what if those fingerprints of providence are here to actually unlock the jigsaw puzzle that is you? And what if instead of always looking to be a brand, you're looking to be a bandage to help another human being? What if every human being is here to help that one other human being with their story, their powerful sense of what it means to be alive? And maybe that's why there's all the discord. Everybody and their brother, look at me, look at me, look at me, how great I am, how great I am, how great I am. Oh, I got a brand. It's a kick-ass brand, all right. Who cares? Maybe if you and I focused on being a Band-Aid, a bandage, on being a balm. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we shouldn't worry about being a brand as much as we should worry about being a balm to someone else's pain, to someone else's hurt. And help the person, right? What do they say when you're on an airplane? Oh, if you're on an airplane and something happens, make sure you, if you're traveling with a little kid or this or that, you get yourself honed, you put your mask on, then you help the people around you. Well, what if that's just a great way of life? What if we're to help the people around us? Well, that's it. It's not about being a brand. It's about being a balm. What kind of balm? You're a big walking, talking stick of lip balm to help people, to help another person who's hurting from chapped lips. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All right, so let's hop into it quickly. I want to thank everyone over at IPM Nation and most certainly to thank Wayne as well for all the work he's doing to keep the dream alive. That is the 81 to win, everything we've got coming up now. Here just a few weeks when you look at it, a few weeks, a few months, if that's what you want to call it. And we got about 100 days left. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you for everyone that's contributing. Thank you for the people that are calling in to sign up to be a guests. We're really excited about that. So thank you very much. Also this evening, so much to talk about. And at times I really wish we were a show that talked a little more, Kamala, time traveler, Harris, who was smoking pot with listening to different rappers who weren't even public or weren't even known at the time that this politician was allegedly smoking pot. So Kamala, is that it? Kamala, time traveler Harris, Elizabeth, anybody seen My Tribe, Warren, Corey, Spartacus Booker, Lance, I never did any drugs, Armstrong. The list just goes on and on and on. There's some more breaking news tonight a friend of mine was telling me about. We won't get into it now, but this young man is in a lot of trouble, Give us a call tonight, 833-MIND-UPS, 833-646-3877. If you get a chance, that would be great. Already getting a text in that says, clocks. What are we going to do? I'm assuming, since I can't get the whole thing to play up here, it says clocks. What are we going to do without the clocks? Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. But we're working on it. I can tell you that for certain. And we're going to have, through the 81 to win. And it's more our responsibility to go in and get your story out. Go in and get your great out. What if everything that we talk about, everything that we say here throughout our time together, what if there really is? Oh, speaking of our time together, today's the 14th, so let me wish happy anniversary to Henry and to Rita. Happy anniversary, you all. Thank you. I'm hoping you're having a blast. I know you're probably not listening, because you've got way more important things to do this evening. But to Henry, Noel, and to Rita, thank you so very much for everything that you've done for All Natural Being, and we hope you have an absolutely spectacular anniversary. But getting back to that, what if we reach a certain stage in life, whether it's quarter life crisis, a midlife crisis, whatever stage you are in life, and what it takes to put our heart's highest priority top of the list is really a rescue mission, really being able to reach inside and get your great out. And it's my position now that getting that great out is going to mean the greatest benefit to the people around you. Hey, everyone, Alice says. Alice, right back at you. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Kathy, too funny. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Shane, let me just say again, I agree. If your brand isn't helping others, then what do you got? John, good evening. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. We're talking about this sense of helping others, right? Now, I know we're always talking about putting your heart's highest priority top of the list, but what if I'm right? And what if you putting your heart's highest priority top of your list? What if making that number one? What if that story has a medicinal quality to it? What if I'm right? What if there really is a prescription, a personal prescription that you have that can alleviate another person's pain? What if that's true? And maybe the first person, maybe you got to start a little close to home. Maybe that first person is you, that you want to heal your hurt and subsequently your heart and your head. Maybe your story is just that. The ability to shine a light on the path so someone else goes, we talked about the transitive property of math just night before last or maybe last night. But if it's humanly possible and you're a human, then that means it's possible for you as well. So if you've healed from some trauma, if you've healed from some chop block of fate, what if your story really is going to help another person? He ain't heavy. He's my brother. She ain't heavy. She's my sister. However you want to look at it. But what if there's a story latent? What if there's a story dormant in you? And you're not telling that story because you want to build a brand. Who cares? You're telling that. We have to agree with that. And that unique greatness could serve others very well. We'll never know if we never try. Hey, everybody. I love, John, I love the way you spell everybody. Thank you so very much. Sarah Durecki Brawdy, thank you so very much for joining us. Let's take a quick call in case it's, I would love it if it was someone calling in to debate this whole concept of let's just see who it is. Good evening. Thank you for calling All Natural Being. Who's this?
Hey, this is Shane.
Hey, Shane, how are you, sir?
All right. Been a while since we've talked.
It has been. I hope everything's going well for you and the family.
Well, bit of a scare today, but all was good.
Well, let's hear about it.
Let me preface by saying everybody is okay.
Groovy.
And, but there was a shooting at my kid's high school.
Get out of here.
Yeah, but nobody was hurt.
Okay.
The weapon and suspect have both been recovered.
Okay.
And everybody is good.
Very cool.
Canceled classes for tomorrow, but
okay.
I mean, this is, I don't know if it's fortuitous or what have you, but you were just talking about, maybe your story can be a Band-Aid for
sure.
others or what have you.
Sure.
And maybe not necessarily with this situation, but everybody has a little bit different story to tell.
Okay.
And everybody is going to deal with their own situations in the same way, or in a different way, excuse me. And also to your point about branding, everybody wants to be an individual,
mm-hmm.
but then you look on Facebook and Instagram and all of those other social medias, and 95% of those people, all they're doing is looking for acceptance
sure.
and approval
sure.
from somebody else. So how can you want to be a brand, which by its definition is something that's unique, something mm-hmm. that is only yourself, and then turn right around and go back onto social media and look for approval from everybody else?
Sure. It's a great question.
I don't get that.
It's a great question.
It's completely counterintuitive. So it's just one of those things that I just don't get. But I mean, everybody has had some type of tragedy, but
Sure.
everybody deals with it in a different way. But that's why, that's why you're always encouraged to talk about it.
Sure.
Because you may end up talking to somebody that has been through the same thing. And whether you deal with the problem the same way that, your friend has or a
Sure.
family member has, that doesn't matter.
Right.
The fact that you can find some solace in the fact that you are not alone
Right.
in this situation. I have a good friend from high school. We're still friends to this day, and that was back in 1997. And
Right.
he lost one of his good friends. In fact, this guy that I met, he was actually in my Taekwondo class. We
Okay.
met while basically beating the crap out of each other 3 times a week.
Okay.
But he lost one of his good friends, and I was there for him, and he called me at least twice in the middle of the night with a gun in his mouth. And I talked him out of it both times. And we still talk to this day. Of course, we don't talk about that.
Sure.
We don't need to.
Don't need to. Right.
But we're still friends. And, I had lost, family members and friends when I was young, too. And just talking to him about that and letting him know that he's not alone,
Sure.
that he does have people around, that should be enough. So, I mean, like you said, if you're going to have a brand, whatever the hell that means,
Right.
if you're not going to use it to improve or help others, then your brand is selfishness, and it does nobody any good.
I would tend to agree with that, and that if the stories that you have to share could very well be therapy for another person, that your theories about how you got through it, your theories about
Sure.
how you squared your shoulders to the struggle could very well be therapy for another's ears. And maybe, Shane, you're absolutely right. Who cares what we say specifically? It's that we've been able to weather the storm. We've been able to square our shoulders to the chop block of fate and live to tell about it. Maybe that's the germ. Maybe that's the balm. Maybe that's the therapy, right? We talked before about the transitive
Sure.
property of math. Well, if it's humanly possible and you're a human, then it's possible for you too. So maybe sharing our stories, as you say, is a way of helping other people go, look, yeah, Shane may have gone about it differently. Brian may have gone about it differently. This one or that one may have chosen a different path, but they still beat it. They still chose a path. They still stuck to it, and they're better off because of it. So I think you have a valid point.
Right. And like you said, it gives that other person hope that it's not an impossible situation
Sure.
to overcome. It can be done. It won't be done overnight.
Right.
It may not even be done in a month. It may not even be done in a year.
Right.
But it will be done. It gets easier and easier and less every day.
So then you stick with it.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
I would agree.
And it's okay to fall off the wagon, so
Sure.
to speak.
Sure.
Nothing wrong with that, so long as you get back up.
You get back up. And the wagon
Don't
still
let it-
continues to move in the direction that you want it to go. You're not getting back up and hopping on a
Exactly.
wagon going the other way, right?
Right. Or just sit there and wait for somebody to come by and pick you up, because
Very
that ain't
cool.
going to happen.
Right. I would absolutely agree. Shane, quickly before I let you go, let's say hello to Marcellus. Says, hello, everyone. Jamie, thank you so very much for joining us. Oh, and you know what, Shane? I should take the opportunity to let you wish Happy Valentine's Day to your and yours, anyone that's listening. I should have, you know what, Shane? You can't listen to me. Happy Valentine's Day, brother. I never thought of it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. My wife and I, we've been married close to 20 years now, and we do not celebrate Valentine's Day.
All right.
And here's the reason. I feel, and she feels, that if you care enough about someone and you want to tell them how you feel or how much they mean to you, you should not wait for some Hallmark holiday to tell you when that should happen.
Agreed. And I've heard a lot of people today call them Hallmark holidays. Absolutely, for sure. Absolutely, for sure.
If you're waiting until today to tell that special someone how you feel, then you are doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're not doing something right. I'll give you that, right? You've got something going on. All right, Shane, we're going to let you jump. Thank you so very much for your thoughts. I'm super glad to hear that everyone's okay at your son's high school. And, it makes me think right away of window armor. Right, we've had Ken Ratliff on here before talking about school shootings and the like, but we're obviously very glad everything turned out well, and that you and your family are safe. And again, call anytime. It's great to hear from you. I know I can't let you go unless I use the joke that you're busy planning on your run for 2020.
Well, I don't know. The field is getting pretty thick now.
I know.
I don't know. I got to find something unique. Apparently.
An angle. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I need to, go out and, commit a crime or smoke some pot and say I didn't inhale.
Or I did inhale and I was listening to a rapper who wasn't even making music then, right? Or I'm Spartacus, right? Because I'm giving out documents that's already been released. Stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a thought.
Yeah,
all right, my friend.
I got to come up with a shtick.
Not a brand, though, but a shtick. All right, Shane, thank you so very much for calling in. We super appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Good night, man. All right, so as I said, we're glad to hear everyone is okay in the school shooting. Or time travel. Yes. Oh, I am remiss in not mentioning Kamala Time Traveler Harris, who was able to smoke a bong and see into the future. Apparently had her crystal ball as well. Was able to see into the future and was smoking this bomb, imagining she was listening to rappers that were still a couple years out. So, man, that's a quality as a president. You want the ability to see into the future, right? The ability to time travel and to hallucinate in such a way. Now that's a politician, I got to tell you. All right, so let's get back quickly before we get ready to run out. Oh, and I should be telling you that we're about 35 minutes away now from Copy That Speaks. Lee Rowley will be here. We'll be talking with Lee, doing all kinds of cool things. I know we have a guest this evening that we'll be working with, so we've got that coming up here in just a little bit. But I wanted to leave you with this thought this evening. There is a story in you, right? And, I'm not trying to be a life coach. I was mentioning to a friend of mine the other day, I like the idea of a life coach coliseum, right? Where you just duel it out. But in any event, I'm not trying to sound like a life coach, but let me ask you, is there a story? And could that story be a prescription for someone? Could that story be a balm for someone else's pain? And maybe that's the key. What if that's what you and I are really here for? We're here for the person to our left. We're here for the person to our right. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we've got it all wrong. Maybe we're busy trying to build brands, and what we need is a balm for the pain of another person that's hurting. Just something to think about. Again, let me thank Wayne very much for everything today. We're building it. Oh, you know what? Can I put in a quick plug? If you have a chance to head over to Mortal Up, MORTAL, up.com. Of course, allnaturalbeing.com, if that's easier for you, or brianbrawdy.com. They all point in the same direction. We've been working really hard on getting the new website up and ready to go and welcoming guests and subscribers and everything else. So what I would love is for you to head on over and tell me if there's something you like, something you don't like, something else you would like to see added. We're busy working at it. Well, I don't want to say around the clock. We stop like from 10 to 4 in the morning, I suspect. So there's a few hours that we're off, but we're working on it, trying to make it something that we feel proud of and that can welcome you when it comes to the message here at All Natural Being, and most certainly when it comes to the message of mortaling up. All right, so wait a minute, we're off now. So we've got Friday night off, Saturday night off. We'll be back Sunday. Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness will be with us. DNF, or as I like to call him, Damn Near Flawless, will be with us here Sunday night. Matt Connerton and I will be back for Sneak Speak. That'll be coming up Sunday as well. But now we're about 32 minutes away from Copy That Speaks with Lee Rowley. He'll be joining us in studio in just a minute, a little bit. Anyways, Shane says, tell your story. It could help someone. And Shane, I absolutely agree. And thank you so much for calling in this evening. We appreciated hearing from you, and we'll go from there. But until tomorrow night, till we have a chance, tomorrow night, till tonight, and then till Sunday night, given the chance to mortal up, remember that there's a unique greatness in you. You possess those very natural resources of grit, agility, of stamina, a suppleness that is capable of pulling off some pretty amazing things. So with that in mind, what is it you're waiting for? Let's go ahead and, in fact, kick in those doors. Let's put your heart's highest priority top of the list and make a run at it, because I'm absolutely certain that's what you and I are here to do. Because by putting your heart's highest priority, top of your list, you give the people around you permission to do the same thing. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all so very much for hanging with us, and we'll see you back here Sunday night. Thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being.